Number one, they're striking over salary issues. The referees currently make $149,000 a year for what is a part-time job. It's proposed they'll get 7% increases, raising them up to something like $190,000 by 2018. They want more. Pension. The referees, again, 120 of them, have a defined benefit pension. That means it's a guaranteed outcome when they retire what they're going to get. The NFL wants to move them to a defined contribution. This is the same thing we see taking place, for example, in California, where city after city is filing bankruptcy under the weight of their pension obligations. And finally, and this may be the biggest sticker and the one that's similar to the Chicago teachers union strike, they have an issue with performance reviews. The NFL has 17 referee crews to work their games with one alternate crew. Well, they want to add more referees to take the number up from 120 to 140. Why do they want to do this? Because they want to be able to look at referees who performed poorly, bump them down, and bump up guys who've been training.
Competition.
Performance review. This, the referees don't want because, by the way, they're paid on a per-game basis. They lose compensation if they get bumped down. So these issues are not ones unique to the NFL. These are issues we've seen, I said again, over and over in state after state. So what I want to discuss with you guys and open it up, I'm going to start pretty broadly and abstractly. Do you think the American workplace, I'm going to even say the American worker, has come to expect and come to demand essentially a risk-free job that's tied to a guaranteed pension? No. And that's no longer guaranteed.
No, because a couple things that are key here. I know people have already drawn comparisons to the teachers' strike in Chicago. But there's a huge difference, of course. This is not a public sector union situation we're talking about. This is not the taxpayers who are getting fleeced by Democratic politicians, and there's sort of this self-licking ice cream cone, this circle of, we give you contributions and you take money from the taxpayers and we can't do anything about it. This is an incredibly profitable industry, $9 billion a year.
Good point, Buck. This NFL makes $9 billion a year.
And when you look at these things you lay out, look, the refs, I think, were undervalued by the NFL commissioner in this case.
And just proved it.
They just proved that, SC. This is where you see collective bargaining actually working to the benefit of the workers.
If they didn't just reassert their value, then I don't know who has. This is an elite group of people.
They're not replaceable.
Who should be better compensated.
This is exactly
they just made the argument.
This is the only contrary argument we've seen in America of people actually saying, look, we've banded together. This is organized labor. This is what we're offering. You're not going to give it to us. We're going to walk. And by the way, you're going to pay the piper here.
Yeah, I'm with them.
As someone who cares nothing about football and regards these people as having like the job of a lifetime to play a game for a lot of money.
Are you talking about players?
All of them who are involved in this.
All of them.
All of them. It's all entertainment. They are well compensated for getting to play a game that they have fun doing for the fame and fortune for themselves, the players, for their fans, whatever. Why should I have skin in this game, so to speak?
Because actually these guys end up employing hundreds and thousands of other people, whether it's the food workers or...
But it's a private
$9 billion a year.
They end up employing lots of people that you do care about.
Right. But
let me answer your question, if I may.
You're saying that these things that they're arguing about, fighting over, have some broader application, right?
Yes.
But only 7% of the private sector is unionized. So...
Right.
Most of us we're not members of unions. We're not striking against our companies. We're not, getting together and trying to, squeeze these things out of our employers. So why should I care?
Well, let me say something here about this. I am a huge avid football fan, huge Giants fan, and Eli Manning is one of the greatest quarterbacks, and so is Phil Simms. But
you
anyway,
just lost all your credibility.
Yeah, whatever.
Eli Manning.
That's right.
She's on the good side of the table. Let's let her go.
Anyway, but
she's speaking in another language now. I can't hear her.
Yeah, right. Because we beat you so often. But anyway,
5 Super Bowls.
We're on your heels. So anyway. This is interesting. Rush Limbaugh was talking about this today, and I thought he brought up a really interesting point about how this mirrors real life. For all the people who are complaining about these refs, these replacement refs, and, the mediocrity that they're bringing to the game, that's just like politics in real life and what what liberals want. You want everybody to have a fair shot. Well, here you go. You've got these refs that are getting a fair shot, and look what they're doing, and now you don't like it. It's just like how we are with the media and as conservatives. Welcome to the life.
Can I just play contrarian?
Which I thought was a very
you guys have all accepted the premise.
Point. No, I'm not. But he's saying it was an interesting point that he made of how this mirror goes on in real life.
But Tara, you are now on the union side of
no,
this.
no,
let me
I'm not
contrarian for 1
either
minute.
side.
You've all accepted the premise that this is bad, right?
Oh, yeah, it's awful.
That these referees are bad. I did have a buddy call me today and say, let me just say one thing. they make it more exciting. The game's not rigged.
The game's not rigged. Well,
As a Packer fan, I don't want excitement. I want W's.
As a non-Packer
rigged for your
fan, this goes at, and this is why I think the Commissioner Goodell, right? This is why I think he made such a poor choice, such a bad decision, a bad business decision, and he's being punished for it now. This goes to the integrity of the entire enterprise.
Yeah.
It also goes to issues of player safety, which has been a big issue right now in the NFL. They're talking about how these people have lifelong injuries because of hits they're taking. Well, if players think they can get away with all kinds of shenanigans, which, by the way, they haven't. What was it, 24 penalties in yesterday's game? That's just crazy.
Okay, no. Now I'm going to make a substantive point.